The Historical Society of Rockland County is pleased to present the Living Landmark Award to Tess McCormack-Raso and Gardner as they connect us to Rockland's sense of place. Their work and volunteerism has enabled families to share in their hopes and dreams for each other and the community, whether guiding hikers through the beauty of the landscape, teaching the history of those before us, or to provide a learning center for education and research, or a place of comfort for healing and dying. Each has touched the lives of countless strangers and friends alike. They have left a trail of connections that defines the community of Rockland County.
My sisters would tell you that our parents, because they were immigrants, were so happy to have had the opportunity to come here to America that they taught us at a very early age to give back. I mean, we were poor. I mean, we never owned a car. We never even had a bike. My mother would make us dolls out of socks, that kind of thing, but that didn't seem to matter to us. I remember my mother sending me out with my older sister Ann to collect for cancer. And because I couldn't speak Italian, but you'd go to the door and an old Italian lady or man would be there, and I'd say, "Cancer Sujuda," my sister would get hysterical. That means Cancer Society, and we're putting out our hand to get money. We did that at an early age. So I think our parents instilled in us that even though we didn't have a lot of money, we had to give back to those even less fortunate because we always had food.
And my dad was a minister. He had been a YMC secretary during the First World War. He had many contacts. He believed in working with people and understanding them. And if I picked up any positive interest, it came, I think, from my dad and from my mother. I graduated from Suffolk High School in 1930, so I'm certainly the oldest Suffolk High School graduate. And then I went to Amherst College for 4 years, went to Columbia, got my master's degree, went to Puerto Rico to teach for a year, came back, and there was a vacancy in the history department here, so luckily I got into it, and I taught in the Suffolk system for almost 40 years, 38.
I couldn't go to college, so I decided to get my education through the military. When I enlisted, my mother in particular was mortified because nice girls didn't do that, so she prayed for me, and I left. The kids getting out of school that don't have the means to go to college, to me, the military is the best way. You get a free education and you grow up and find out who you are and what you really want to do in life. So I think it's a good thing, even for girls.
I was drafted like many others from Suffolk High School, and I thought, as we all did, that we would be in basic training, then we'd come home for a number of days and see our friends or our family, and instead our suffering group, which of course included me, we were sent immediately down to New Orleans and put on a troop ship. We were down to Panama. A great many suffering people went to Panama, and I was down there with others for a full 2 years. I've had a very happy family life. My mother and dad were wonderful people. I had 2 younger brothers I was very proud of. One is still living today and very active. And I met the best girl in the world. Of course, other people say this, but I certainly did. We had a marriage of 64 years. That was great. And then the family of 4 boys and a daughter. And I'm very proud of them.
My biggest joy, of course, is the hospice house, the Joe Raso Hospice Residence. If you haven't seen it, it's beautiful. If it's your time to go, it's a peaceful place to go, and I feel very fortunate that I've been a part of that. And so I feel that between the Joe Raso Hospice House and the Gil McCormick Education and Research Center at Nyack Hospital, I think I've left a little footprint here in the sand somewhere along the line. So that's my offering to Rockland County, and I've done it because 1, I'm very happy to do it, but 2, I feel like I have given back.
The mountains are here, and we knew there was history up there, and so it was a great combination, and it was important and rewarding to show other people these places and to learn myself what was in the mountains and over by the Hudson River. And course, that's the historical hikers theme. That's the thing I'm proud of. Not so much about the museum, that's important, but having so many people hiking with me and making friendships. Ramapo women. These are the women of the past, faceless, timeless, unsung in histories. The Indian woman of the mountains, the Dutch woman running farm and trading posts together, the German woman settling here to escape the persecutions of the Palatinate, and here's the English girl, descendant of the Pilgrims of Plymouth. All were the same, faceless, timeless, unsung in history, fetching the eggs before sunrise, wrapped in black shawl and blanket against the cold, long dress touching the snow. These are the faceless women of the past, the young, so very young, and the aged, weary, waiting at Ellis Island for the new world before them. Today, sick and tired with the sickness, I opened the door for the mail, clutching the blanket around me against the cold, as my flannel gown brushed the snow, and I remembered, timeless, faceless, part of the past. Josephine Watts.
I think we're going to lose something if we don't get people to communicate by face-to-face or touch. People don't touch each other anymore. And I think that the moral thing is get your kids, educate them, but get them out in the community to do volunteer work and to help those who have been less fortunate than they are.
Rockland's history is a narrative of our shared experiences. It is the interconnectedness of similarities and differences that we draw upon to build our community. Tess McCormack-Raso and Gardner Watts remind us that our history is in the care we extend to each other and appreciation of our surroundings.